I am pretty good, thank you. Okay, so today is our last class of this level 10. So before to explain the topic for today and also okay, let me check. Okay, and also the activity to develop for these 2 weeks, I want to clarify some points. First of all, you need to have all the activities done with grade A of approve. You need to approve all the activities in order to continue with the next level, okay? So what activities you need to have with letter A or approve? First of all, remember that, okay, so sorry. First of all, we have the first activity that is send your ID. Remember that that activity is mandatory, okay? Okay, I don't know. I think that, okay, let me check again. Okay, yeah. The second one is the evidence called línea de tiempo pasadas. The third one is el foro, situaciones laborales y personales. This one, actividad de aprendizaje, un cuestionario that is available. Remember that this is available from the beginning of this course, and now you can do it. And finally, the video presentation. So there are 4 activities that you need to approve in order to fulfill or to be certified of this level. You need to be aware of this because, for example, if you send 4 activities, but you don't send the video, that this is like the most important of the activities, so you can be certified, okay? Maybe if you forgot the questionnaire, I could think about to grade it and to certify the level, but I can't afford to that you don't send the video presentation, okay? This is the first part. The second part um, of this class is in the part of the video. When you go to la guía de aprendizaje, it says that you need to appear in the presentation. However, if you don't want to appear in the presentation, it's okay for me. The only thing is that you made a presentation, sorry, you make a presentation and add the audio, okay? The presentation plus the audio, if you don't want to appear in the video. It is clear? It is clear the first part and the second part?
Yes,
Yes?
teacher.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so remember that all the activities is mandatory to use some specific vocabulary and some specific grammar. For example, in the first activity about situaciones pasadas, I am checking that you use the third conditional, mostly the first conditional. In the second one, in situaciones laborales y personales, that is the forum, here you have to use the modal verbs, but in the past, and also you can use the third conditional. If you don't have this grammar, I can't approve your activity. Okay? In this part, in the questionnario, you are going to be evaluated all the grammar that we have been learning so far. Okay? So here, you just click on it, actividad de aprendizaje 1, cuestionario, reading and listening, okay? So you click on it, and while it is starting, I am going to explain you how to develop the video. In this part, in the video, you are going to talk about something that you would like to do. Okay, I'm going to explain this part in Spanish, okay? So, en esta presentación vamos a hablar sobre las experiencias. Hay un micrófono abierto. Las experiencias pasadas, dice, siempre han sido fuentes de reflexión para actuar en el futuro. En este orden de ideas, para nosotros hablar de de aquellas cosas que nosotros pretendemos hacer o que quisiéramos hacer, vamos a utilizar lo que son los verbos modales, pero enfocado en I would like to. ¿Sí? Los otros verbos modales los podemos utilizar también porque hoy los vamos a ver. Sin embargo, algo de lo que vamos a estar mirando es el uso principalmente del would like to. Entonces, teniendo en cuenta como todas esas enseñanzas, todas esas experiencias que tuvimos en el pasado, de las que ya hablamos en las actividades anteriores, vamos a realizar un video, ¿sí? Vamos a realizar un video. Este video, si se graban ustedes mostrando su cara, no es necesario que utilicemos una presentación. Sin embargo, si no vamos a salir en el video como tal, si no vamos a mostrar nuestra cara, vamos a realizar una presentación y pues a este le añadimos un audio, ¿ok? ¿Cuánto máximo puede durar esta actividad? De 2, máximo de 5 minutos. Deben asegurarse que el link que ustedes me adjunten sirva, funcione. ¿Por qué? Porque a veces me manda de pronto enlaces de OneDrive o de Google Drive y resulta que están protegidos o que solamente lo puede ver la persona que lo subió y pues yo no tengo acceso. Y generalmente a veces dejan esto para lo último y ya cuando yo estoy calificando, profe, pero es que yo sí lo subí, profe, pero no sé qué, y ya de pronto el tiempo no nos da. Entonces, para evitarnos eso, sí es necesario que ustedes puedan utilizar de pronto algunas herramientas para grabar que son totalmente gratis, como Screencast, Loom, Recording Screen, y este de acá no lo he usado, pero Screencast sí se puede utilizar o lo suben a YouTube o como les menciono lo suben a su nube, pero deben asegurarse que quede compartido conmigo. ¿Listo? Yes, Marlon.
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Una pregunta, disculpe. ¿Podemos usar en ese video parte del programa usando el tercer condicional? ¿Aló? ¿Me escucha, ¿Me escucha?
Sí, sí
¿Aló?
lo estoy escuchando. Sí, sí lo estoy escuchando.
Ok. ¿Podemos en el video usar parte de la frase que usamos donde usamos el tercer condicional? ¿Lo podemos también usar en el video que vamos a hablar en Speak? lo podemos realizar también, no hay problema.
No, no porque es diferente, porque en esta parte, Marlon, vamos a utilizar lo que es el verbo would like to y vamos a utilizar los verbos modales, pero en presente. ¿Qué
No en
pasa?
pasado. Ya,
Exactamente. En las
ya,
actividades anteriores utilizamos fue los tiempos pasados, que fue el tercer condicional y los verbos modales en pasado. Entonces no iría como alineado con
listo.
esta presentación. Además de que en esta actividad vamos a hablar de esas cosas que nos gustaría hacer, teniendo en cuenta esas experiencias.
O sea,
Entonces ya
presente y
hablamos del
futuro,
futuro.
presente y futuro prácticamente.
Exactamente, en algún,
Ya entendí.
puede ser de futuro, exactamente.
Muchas gracias, teacher. Ya, porque ya tenía el video listo, pero quería asegurarme buenamente con eso. Gracias por la información.
Ok, perfecto. Luis Fernando, ¿tenías alguna pregunta?
Hola, bro. ¿Sí se me escucha?
Hola. Sí.
Ah, gracias. No, realmente es lo que preguntó el compañero. Sí, serio, usaremos términos tanto en presente como en futuro para este video.
Ujú, sí.
No importa que nosotros tengamos por decir así, o que no digan que no se ve en pantalla, lo que vamos a decir, en plan, como el guión, la palabra que yo estaba
No,
pensando.
no necesariamente tiene que mirarse el guión.
Ok. Más bien como nosotros hacemos la pronunciación, lo que usted quiere revisarnos, ¿correcto?
Exactamente, o sea, digamos que puede ser como una sola presentación, una sola imagen, donde se muestre qué es lo que a ti te gustaría hacer. A ver, te doy como un ejemplo. Por ejemplo, digamos que si yo quiero viajar alrededor del mundo, entonces coloco en una slide, en una presentación, imágenes relacionadas a eso que yo quisiera hacer, ¿sí?
Ok, entiendo. O sea, a medida que yo voy explicando, como usted dice el ejemplo, de que quiero viajar, por ejemplo, a París o algo así, yo voy poniendo una imagen de París. Y después no quiero
Exactamente,
también llegar a Japón, pongo una imagen de Japón. Algo así, correcto. Y
exactamente.
en todo momento el video se tiene que ver en nuestra cara o puede quedarse abajito en una esquinita o a ratos puede aparecer.
Eh, yo, digamos, no lo veo obligatorio que ustedes aparezcan. O sea, si tú quieres aparecer al inicio y luego ya apagas la cámara porque te sientes más seguro, lo puedes hacer. No tengo
Ok,
ningún problema.
ok.
Ujú.
Vale, perfecto. Muchísimas gracias.
Vale, con gusto. ¿Alguien más tiene alguna pregunta?
Profesor, disculpa que vuelvo a interrumpir nuevamente. Decía en
Tranquilo.
la parte que estás mostrando que deben de ser de 4 a 5 diapositivas en las imágenes que vamos a explicar. Es mi pregunta.
Esto, no, o sea, pues digamos que si tú puedes organizarla en dos o en tres, no hay problema. O sea, a mí lo que en realidad me importa es su pronunciación, que utilicen bien los verbos modales. Obviamente, pues que las diapositivas te van a ayudar para, digamos, como para que tú sigas una secuencia de lo que estás diciendo, ¿sí? Pero no necesariamente tiene que ser las cinco, puedes utilizar dos, tres, pero que si, digamos, por ejemplo, acá nos menciona que si tenemos un tiempito estipulado que es de mínimo 2, máximo 5 minutos, ¿vale?
Vale, ok, gracias.
Vale, con gusto. Bueno, acá ya nos cargó el cuestionario. Observemos que este cuestionario está habilitado, ¿cierto? Que tenemos 5 intentos, 1 hora por intento y la calificación máxima para aprobar es de 70 de 100, ¿sí? Bueno, aquí vamos a ingresar y nos van a aparecer las preguntas, ¿cierto? Entonces aquí tenemos este texto.
This part of my life. I should not have done all what I did, but I
Entonces vamos ¿a qué? a leer atentamente qué nos dice cada pregunta. Por ejemplo, en esta parte de información, ya de acuerdo al audio tenemos algunas preguntas. Todo va relacionado a la temática que hemos visto. ¿Listo? Y aquí tenemos 10 preguntitas, ¿cierto? Una vez terminemos, le damos en finalizar revisión. Estemos seguros de que todo esté, a ver, acá le damos en comenzar. Y mire que a todos no les va a parecer igual. Puede que sí, como puede que no. Mire que aquí tenemos las preguntas y los audios funcionan correctamente.
Mode. Or do you want it to be indifferent?
¿Sí? De pronto, si por casualidad yo ahorita estoy usando Chrome, pero debe estar como que no tenga como ningún bloqueador y eso pues para que no les vaya a bloquear el audio como tal. Y una vez finalicen, pues ya le damos aquí en terminar intento. Y aquí en el estatus debe aparecer que todas estén respondidas. ¿Listo? Y ya le damos en enviar todo y terminar. ¿Vale? Any questions? Any doubts? ¿Preguntas, dudas?
All clear, teacher.
Ok, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ok, entonces estas son las dos actividades que vamos a desarrollar. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Quién me dice hasta cuándo tenemos plazo?
Máximo hasta el 5 del próximo mes.
Exactamente, tenemos hasta el 5 del próximo mes para enviar todas las actividades. Mire que aquí en el cronograma encontramos las actividades a desarrollar, ¿sí? Entonces, hasta el 5, todas las actividades están habilitadas. ¿Qué pasa? En ese fin de semana yo ya voy a calificar y voy a sacar el listado de quienes aprobaron y quienes no aprobaron el curso. Entonces, para que lo tengamos en cuenta. ¿Listo? Ahí sí, como dijeron los del circo, después no digan que no les avisamos. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so let's continue. I would like to ask you, do you know what is the difference between past and present modals verbs?
No, instructor, I'm not clear about it.
Okay, so in the past modal verbs, as his name said, is for mention something that happened or may happen, but in the past. In this case, the modal verbs are used to mention something about or express something about possibilities, abilities, permission, necessity, and also for advice, depending on the verb. Okay. For example, here we have the most common verbs that we also used. For example, we have can, we have could, that could is the past of the can, may, have to or must, and should. For example, in the case of the could, this modal verb is something like you can use it in the past, but also you can use it in the present, but this one in the present is for mention or for express some possibility, for example. So how to distinguish this difference between the past and the present? It depends on the context, okay? Now we are going to review or to learn what is the difference and what is the use of each modal verb. For example, here we have the definition and some examples of each modal verb. For example, if I am going to mention one ability that I have or that I had in the past, I use can or could. Remember that this is for ability. For example, one ability is to drive, to cook, to learn, yes, to speak another language, and some ability that you have. Yeah. For example, Ricardo, what ability you have?
For example, I think that I have the ability to construct, to make a text, for example, a history with a good vocabulary. I think is I have some words who could mean the same, but with different words depending of the context.
Okay, that's excellent. So in that case, we can say, I can, and you said the rest of the sentence, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I can make a text with a big vocabulary, for example.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, that's the correct sentence.
Thank you.
Okay, for example, Luis Fernando, what ability you have?
Okay, I can edit videos.
It edit videos.
Edit
Okay, that's a
videos.
great ability. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what about you, Joseph?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? What ability I have?
Yeah.
Hmm, I also can edit videos.
Ah, okay, that's excellent. Excellent one. Okay, let's continue with another modal verb. For example, we have a modal verbs that express permission. In this case, we have can, could, and may. Here we have three examples. Can I sit in that chair, please? The answer can be yes or not. For that reason, you are asking for permission. Or you can use could. Could I open the window? Or teacher, can I speak or can I answer that question? Okay, so these three modal verbs, you can use it in order to ask for permission. We have the modal verb should, that is for advice. You should, if for example, you are sick, you should go or you should visit your doctor. Yeah. Of if maybe you are suffering from diabetes, for example, maybe you can say it, you should try to lose weight, or you should try to drink more water or to do some exercise. This is just an advice. If you wanted to do it, it's okay. If you don't want it, it's okay. Okay? For obligation, must and have to. These two modal verbs is kind of bit different, but is the same at the same time. In this case, for example, must is for something that you have to do. You really have to do it. For example, you must put yourself, so I forgot the word, safe belt. I don't remember that in Spanish. That is in the car. Seatbelt.
Cinturón de seguridad.
Yeah, el cinturón. This is something that you must do it. On the other hand, we have to. If, for example, we are in the school, you must wear your uniform. But maybe you forgot to wash your uniform, so you go with another cloth and nothing happened. That is the difference, okay? And the last one is for possibility, yeah? We have might, we have may, we have could, and we have can. It looks nice, but it may be very expensive. It's like a possibility, okay? So remember, ability, we use can or could, but this ability is for present, and this is for something that I could do. For example, I could drive a bicycle when I was 5 years old, for example. Or I could, this is for me. I could speak fluent French when I was studying at the university. Now I don't practice it, so I forgot a lot of vocabulary. Permission. So we use can, could, and may. Okay? For advice, should. For obligation, must and have to. Remember that when we use these modal verbs, any except have to, we are not going to use to after the modal verb. For example, you should to visit. This is wrong. You are never going to use to after a modal verb. Just this one, have to, because have to, this the to is for obligation. If you erase the to, the only verb have is for tener. Okay? And for possibility, we can use might, may, could, or can. Okay? Okay, so let's do a short exercise. Okay, this is a short quiz for you to do it. So let's start with the first question. My teacher speaks 4 languages.
Can,
Can.
Can, yeah. Okay, let's continue. I use your mobile to call my mother.
May.
May.
May I use? Okay, excellent. The third one, you not speak loudly in the hospital.
could,
Okay, let's think about the context.
Must.
It's
You
like
should.
an
Must.
like an advice.
Okay, so must or should?
Must.
Okay,
It's
For me,
must.
obligation.
it's must.
Must.
Yes,
Obligation.
it is mandatory.
Excellent. Yes, because you can, for example, you can use your mobile, you can speak aloud. That is correct in the hospital. The number 4, I use a little help in packing all these clothes.
Could.
Cool.
I
Cool,
could
cool.
use. Excellent. And the last one, Madam, you repeat what you said.
Will.
Could.
The second one, could.
Well,
Could.
That is excellent. So the topic is clear, I think. Yes? Any questions? Any questions? Any doubts?
Miss, how are you?
Hey, Nicolas,
Re-
how are you?
Good, good. Please, could you repeat the difference between have to, the difference between have to and the other one? I don't remember now.
Uh,
But you said one different. I didn't remember.
Must. Okay.
Yeah.
Must is for something that you, okay, I'm going to explain it in Spanish. Must is something that you debes hacer. That is something mandatory. For example, to usar el cinturón, ¿cierto? No puedes parquear en zona azul. This is something that you must not do it. On the other hand, el have to es algo que debes hacer, pero más chiquito. O sea, que puedes romperla, pero no pasa nada. ¿Sí? ¿Me hago entender? Entonces, for example, eh, I have to go to the office. Tengo que ir a trabajar a la oficina. But you are sick. You can go. So, in that way, you are not breaking the law. Yes?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay. So, let's do some reading about this one. Okay, so could you help me please to read this paragraph? Someone, please.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Silvia. Until here, please. Until blood.
Smoking during pregnancy. Smoking during pregnancy is bad for babies. When a woman smokes, she inhales over 4,000 chemicals from the cigarette. One of these is a dangerous chemical called carbon monoxide, which gets into her bloodstream and replaces some of the oxygen in her blood. This means that the baby cannot get enough oxygen up until blood, ¿verdad? Teacher?
Sorry. You can go ahead,
hello.
please. Until smokes, okay?
Okay. This means that the baby cannot get enough oxygen, which is essential for its healthy growth and development. And because cigarettes restrict their oxygen supply, their hearts have to beat harder every time the mother smokes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Sylvia. Someone else?
Hi. Smoking can also cause a greater risk of miscarriage and severe death inside the womb. Besides, the baby is made devour prematurely and with a low birth weight. No more.
Okay, thank you, Cipriano. Someone else?
Yes. Children of a smoker may also get ear infections, asthma, learning disorders, and behavioral problems, and chest infections. They could also become a smoker as they get older.
Okay, thank you, Diana. Okay, what do you think about this reading?
The cigarette is terrible uh, for the human.
For human beings, general for human beings. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. And in special for the mother, um, for the babies in pregnancy.
In pregnancy. Okay, yeah. And not only we are suffering from smokers or people who smoke cigarettes, but I don't know if you have heard about the vapor or vapor. The vapor is replacing the the cigarette, but for me, I am giving just my opinion. For me, is more dangerous than the cigarettes. What do you think about that? About vapors, about cigarettes? Yes, Joseph?
From what I have searched before, I know that cigarettes and vapors both have nicotine and other toxic gas. So I think both are really a problem. And we can also talk about how companies are, are selling these vapes to young ones.
Yeah, thank you for your opinion, Joseph. Someone else would like to um, say something? Do you like to smoke? Here we are not for judging. Yes, Silvia.
From my opinion, I think vape is just as bad as smoking because it's also allowed to children just because it doesn't have sense and more like fruity flavors,
Yeah.
and people believe it's more not harmful for the children just because of that, but both of them have nicotine, making them ay, se me fue la palabra. So, adictivo.
Yeah, addictive. Okay,
Teacher,
thank
teacher,
you.
teacher. My
Yes.
opinion. My opinion. I agreed that Matthew and cigarettes are bad for human health.
Okay, okay, Cipriano. Okay, maybe here are some people who likes papers. They are not wrong. It's just like a test. Yeah, Ricardo.
Thanks, instructor. I want to say that this topic calls my attention in a particular situation. In the in the last century, mm, it used to be make it in made sorry in hospitals, in schools, in many places. There was or the people used to smoke cigarettes, and like you say, mm, the vapor, it's called to the electronic cigarette, and it's the replacement. It's a way to change the common cigarette with tobacco, and change it with this electronic device who which sorry have some scientific studies. It's recently, but they say that there is mm, big dangers in this practice, like you say a moment before.
Yeah, Ricardo, I heard about it too, that now adolescents are vaping, so it's more dangerous that cigarettes, because the taste, the flavors, as Sylvia or Diana, I don't remember who said, the flavors make it more suitable for teenagers. So these people are using it before having 18, so they are suffering now the real consequences. So, as you said, Ricardo, before centuries before, it was allowed. It was seen as something casual and something normal. But now, uh, people change, and they are replacing for these electrical cigarettes. Yeah, you are right. Okay, now we have here uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 uh, sentences that we must um, answer if it is true or false. Okay, so the first one: a smoker inhales only 4,000 chemicals when she smokes.
False.
True, false?
No, false.
Okay. CO2 replaces all oxygen in blood.
True.
Also
Okay.
false.
True.
True or false?
I think it is not all the oxygen, or yes, it's a part.
Okay.
Maybe I can't remember this part.
Okay, here it says one of these is a dangerous chemical called carbon monoxide, which gets into her bloodstream and replaces some of the oxygen in her blood. So, true or false?
False.
I
Some
think
way.
it's
False.
Okay, when a pregnant woman smokes, she forces the baby's hearts to work harder.
True.
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 Okay. There are more than two problems associated with smoke.
True.
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 Okay. Asthma, ear infections, and learning disorders are some of the problems that smokers can face.
True.
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 And the last one: children of smokers have more chances to become smokers in the future.
Really, really true.
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 Okay, let's continue. Which sentence is the best definition to the test? The effects of smoking on babies, the effects of smoking on babies and pregnant smokers. C, the effects of smoking on pregnant smokers. How to quit smoking, or finally, what are the chemicals from the cigarettes?
B.
The
Sí.
effect of smoking on
B.
pregnant
B.
The
B.
effects of smoking of pregnant smokers.
Okay, letter A, yes or not? I think no, because in this part, it is mentioned just the effect of smoking, but it doesn't mention pregnant women, for example. What do you think? B, C, D, or E?
For me, it's letter B.
B.
Okay.
B.
Sí.
I am
Okay.
B.
Okay, let's do something. You are going to react with like if you think if it is letter B.
Could you repeat? What?
With a like. In the top of your device, you have chat, people, race, and react. Okay, just one person. Okay, dos. Okay.
I think the B answer talk about the babies and the mother, the pregnant smokers too.
Okay. Okay. Someone else would like to change the answer, or you are okay, or you are agree with this answer? Okay. Let's do the last one. Use the modal verb that fits best in each sentence. Shouldn't, should, can, must, and may. Okay, so let's read letter A. Ricardo.
Yes, it's true. It's a smoking during pregnancy space be avoided. I think it could be um, shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Yes, the first one, please.
Okay. What do you understand for this first question? Sorry, for this first sentence.
I think
Well,
the last
this
part be avoided is it's like in don't be let it. Can the person mm, don't should not to do that? I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's mean this sentence is for mention that someone eh, shouldn't do that, but this part is essential to pay attention. If you put shouldn't in Spanish, said. Fumar durante el embarazo no debería ser evitada.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Además, un momento aquí para interrumpir algo. Hay que, aquí para mencionar que hay que acordarse que en este caso no aplica, pero hay que acordarse que en inglés la hora de negación pasa a ser positiva.
Sí, o sea, en este caso que debería ser evitado, o sea, si dijera aquí como allowed, debería ser permitido, entonces aquí sería, sí sería, digamos, como este verbo shouldn't, no debería ser permitido. En este caso sí lo podríamos utilizar. Bueno, ¿ustedes creen que eso debería ser una sugerencia, una posibilidad o algo obligatorio?
Obligatorio.
Mandatory, sí, yes.
Pero pensándolo en la vida real, ¿ustedes creen, si el médico le dice, vea, usted no debería tomar mientras está embarazada?
Pues no,
¿Cómo le
porque
van
por eso no lo
ustedes?
multan a uno.
Exactamente, es que en eso es lo que hay que pensar en el contexto. Entonces, lo que mencionaba alguien que mencionó ahorita, pues no lo multan, pues no es algo que sea obligatorio, ¿sí? Entonces, ¿qué verbo nos sirve acá?
Should.
Should.
Should, okay. Okay, let's do the another one. Angie, Sofía. Okay, maybe Mariana Salazar.
Yep. Children of smokers, blank space, get ear infections, asthma, learning disorders. I think it may be can.
Can, okay. Children of smokers can get ear infections, asthma, and learning disorders, okay? This is like a possibility, yes? Okay, María Riveros.
Yes, teacher. And the next?
Yeah, please.
Right. You shouldn't smoke next to a child. Is not recommended.
Okay, very good. You shouldn't smoke next to a child. It's not recommended. Okay, maybe Marlon.
Sorry, teacher. Repeat, please.
Can you read letter D and choose one of these modal verbs?
Okay. Sorry.
No,
Can, teacher?
D. Sorry?
Can?
Letter D, please. Read letter D. Read all the sentence.
I can avoid has smoking hard. It is forbidden.
Okay. Nobody can smoke here. It's forbidden. But this one can be because can we have it here.
Nobody may. It's prohibited. Nobody may smoke.
May es para prohibición.
Must.
Sí.
For me, it's must. Nobody must
Prohibits.
smoke here. It's forbidden.
Must is forbidden. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mouse.
And Cipriano, the last one.
The man shouldn't 100 cigarettes a day.
The man shouldn't
100 cigarettes a day. It's a world record. Okay, no. Please, pero, sorry. The man.
that man
That man.
let's think in the context. For example, you have a friend and you said, teacher, that meant something 100 cigarettes a day. It's a world's record.
Yes, it's a world record. That man.
Okay, we need help, people. What do you think?
Pero ahí nos falta un verbo.
The verb, yes, I was thinking the same. The verb smoke, it is not there.
Yeah. But what is the moral verb?
Can.
O sea, el hombre puede con cigarros al día. Es un récord mundial.
See, in that case, is like an ability.
Can smoke?
That man can smoke 100 cigarettes a day. It's a world's record. Any changes in the sentences? For
And
example,
the second one can be may.
yeah, in the second one, may. Ok, bueno, vamos a hacer solamente hasta ahí. We are going to...
Una pregunta, profe, es que en el texto vi algo que me dejó como con la duda que decía, the baby is might be born. O sea, yo siento que ahí el is como que le sobra, yo no sé.
Ok, ahorita lo revisamos. Ya lo mismo. Bueno, en esta nos quedó mal, pero, o sea, está bien. It's okay, solamente que aquí nos falta el verbo. Pero can smoke, porque nos faltaba el verbo, está bien. ¿Listo? Bueno, aquí tenemos bien, letter B. And this one, bueno, aquí, ¿por qué está mal?
Nobody thinks that they say smokers, not babies.
Yeah, because these disorders are for the baby, not for the mothers, because the smokers are for pregnant women, okay? Okay. Let's search. Ok, listo. En este caso, lo que pasa es que no se está utilizando el verbo modal como un verbo principal, sino como una oración compuesta. Mire que después del might be born, se está utilizando un verbo en pasado participio. Este is might be born se traduce en podría, ¿sí? Entonces, por ese caso, se utiliza el verbo to be.
Ah, listo, muchas gracias.
¿Ok? Okay, any questions? Okay, let's do the last part, that is listening. Vamos a hacer un poquito de listening para mirar the last part, okay? Okay, include sound. We are driving loud.
If you are driving your car in Germany, you mustn't run out of fuel, or there might be consequences. This is because cars can go very fast on the Autobahn, Germany's motorway, as some places have no speed limits. As it can be very dangerous to stop on the Autobahn, you can't do it unless there is an emergency. Running out of fuel is not considered an emergency because it can be prevented. You just need to remember to fill up the tank. If you run out of fuel, you can get a fine between 25 and 60 pounds and get points on your driving record. But if you cause traffic congestion or an accident, the consequences could be more severe. In Denmark, you must check for children under or behind the car before starting it. Small children can be hard to see from the driver's seat, and the Danish want to keep their children safe. You can face legal consequences if you are caught starting your car and driving away without checking for children. This can include fines and possibly points on your driving record. So, you must remember to do this check every time you drive. In Spain, you must wear comfortable shoes when you drive. So, forget about wearing sandals, flip-flops, or being barefoot when driving back from a relaxing beach day. You can face a £70 fine if a police officer believes the footwear you are wearing is unsafe. Sandals and flip-flops can easily slip off or get caught, making it hard to control the car. By following this law, you help keep yourself and others safe on the road. Would you carry your pet dog tied on the roof of your car? I'm sure you would never do that. Who would, right? But for some reason, a law in Alaska says that you can't carry your furry pet this way. Apparently, Alaskan authorities don't trust their drivers. So, if you are in Alaska, it's important to remember that you mustn't drive with your animal companion surfing on the roof of your car. The police must be really busy checking car roofs for pets all the time. In Manila, in the Philippines, you must check the last number on your number plate before taking your car. For example, if it's Monday, you cannot drive if your number plate ends in 1 or 2. There is too much traffic in Manila, so there is a law called the number coding or color coding scheme to reduce traffic congestion. Depending on the last digit of your number plate, you can't drive on certain days of the week. So, you must remember to check your number plate and know which days you can't drive. In Thailand, temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, so it might be tempting to drive without a shirt. However, you must always wear a shirt while driving. There is a law that says you can't drive without a shirt, even on hot days or if your air conditioner is not working. This law is used to promote decency and safety on the roads. If a police officer stops you and you are not wearing a shirt, you can get fined.
Okay. Okay, let's answer the following questions according to the Oreo. The first one says, when is running out of fuel on Germany motorway allowed? Never. Only when it's an emergency or only when you can prevent traffic congestion or an accident.
Never.
B. Only when it's
Letter
out
B.
of mercy. B.
Are you sure?
The video says that running out of fuel isn't considered an emergency.
Okay, let's hear the first part.
Out of fuel. If you are driving your car in Germany, you mustn't run out of fuel, or there might be consequences.
What does he said? What moral verb he used?
Can?
Must.
Oh, yeah.
Must.
If you are driving your car in Germany, you mustn't run out of fuel, or
You
Okay, yes, must, negative, mustn't.
mustn't. Okay, let's continue.
or there might be consequences. This is because cars can go very fast on the Autobahn, Germany's motorway, as some places have no speed limits. As it can be very dangerous to stop on the Autobahn, you can't do it unless there is an emergency. Running out of fuel is not considered an emergency because it can be prevented. You just need to remember to fill up the tank. If you run out of fuel, you can get a fine between 25 and 60 pounds and get
Okay. What is the correct answer?
Letter C.
No, no, because the person said that running out of fuel is not an emergency because you can prevent that. You can watch your tablero del carro, I don't know how to say that, and say, okay, I need to go to full my car, okay? For that reason, in Germany is not allowed. That is not an emergency. And for that
Yeah.
reason, yeah,
Sorry,
yes,
but after that, the video said that you can be like, ¿cómo se diga? Multado en inglés, perdón, ¿cómo se dice?
fail,
¿Cómo?
fail. He
Okay,
said
failed when you like cause traffic or an accident before that. Digo, after that, he says it.
yes, but here he says that this can be considered an emergency because you can prevent it. Let's hear that part, please.
you can get a fine between 25 and 60 pounds. Fill up the tank. Running out of fuel is not considered an emergency because it can be prevented. You just need to remember to fill up the tank. If you run out of fuel, you can get a fine between 25 and 60 pounds and get points on your driving record. But if you cause traffic congestion or an accident, the consequences could be more severe.
Yes, Mariana? So, what is the correct answer here?
Letter A.
A.
Is the
Never. Yeah. Second one. What must you do before taking your car in Denmark? Okay.
In Denmark, you must check for children under or behind the car before starting it. Small children can be hard to see from the driver's seat, and the Danish want to keep their children safe. You can face legal consequences if you are caught starting your car and driving away without checking for children. This can include fines and possibly points on your driving record. So, you must remember to do this check every time you drive.
Okay.
Letter A.
Letter A. Check that the children are sitting safely. Check that your children are using their seats, or check that there are no kids near your car.
C.
Say that your children are using B.
B.
For me, letter A.
Yes.
A and B. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's decide. Decidámonos por una, please.
Can we listen again? Just that part.
Yes, of course.
Car before starting it. Small children. In Denmark, you must check for children under or behind the car before starting it. Small children can be hard to see from the driver's seat, and the Danish want to keep their children safe. You can face legal consequences if you are caught starting your car and driving away without checking for children. This can include fines and possibly points on your driving record. So, you must remember to do this check every time you drive.
Okay.
Safe.
A.
A. Check that children are
B.
sitting safely. Que estén seguros. Es lo más importante.
C.
Okay, I am not agree with your answers, but
I would
letter
say it's letter C
Didn't you
because
say
they say you must
under
check
Letter
under the
C,
car.
or
teacher.
behind the car?
yeah, is letter C because at the beginning of the video, he said that you must look around, look behind your car, under your car, if there are any children, yes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, no les ayudo más. Next one. What is true in Spain? You can wear sandals unless coming from the beach. You must always wear safe footwear. And C, you can wear comfortable shoes or no shoes at all. Okay.
In Spain, you must wear comfortable shoes when you drive. So, forget about wearing sandals, flip-flops, or being barefoot when driving back from a relaxing beach day. You can face a £70 fine if a police officer believes the foot.
I'm sorry. I think that Mariana, someone asked me about how did you say multa de tránsito? This one, fine, like a fine, is multa in English, okay?
Footwear you are wearing is unsafe. Sandals and flip-flops can easily slip off or get caught, making it hard to control the car. By following this law, you help keep yourself and others safe on the road.
Okay. So what is the correct answer?
B.
Letter B. You must always wear safe footwear. Number 4. What does the video imply about law in Alaska?
Would you carry your pet dog tied on the roof of your car? I'm sure you would never do that. Who would, right? But for some reason, a law in Alaska says that you can't carry your furry pet this way. Apparently, Alaskan authorities don't trust their drivers. So, if you are in Alaska, it's important to remember that you mustn't drive with your animal companion surfing on the roof of your car. The police must be really busy checking car roofs for pets all the time. In Manila, in the Philippines, you must check.
So, A, B, or C?
C.
C.
C, letter C. Okay. When can you drive in Manila?
The last number on your number plate before taking your car. For example, if it's Monday, you cannot drive if your number plate ends in 1 or 2. There is too much traffic in Manila, so there is a law called the number coding or color coding scheme to reduce traffic congestion. Depending on the last digit of your number plate, you can't drive on certain days of the week. So, you must remember to check your number plate and know which days you can't drive.
How do you say pico y placa in English?
Number plate.
Yeah. Number plate, no.
Number color?
Coding. Number coding. Okay. There is
Coding or
number coding. Yeah. Or
color coding scheme.
color coding scheme. Number coding or color coding scheme for pico y placa. Okay. Okay, so A, B, or C?
A.
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 Okay, and the last one. In Thailand, you mustn't drive without a shirt because it's not decent unless it's very hot or unless your air conditioning is not working.
In Thailand, temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, so it might be tempting to drive without a shirt. However, you must always wear a shirt while driving. There is a law that says you can't drive without a shirt, even on hot days or if your air conditioner is not working. This law is used to promote decency and safety on the roads. If a police officer stops you and you are not wearing a shirt, you can get fined.
Okay, the last one.
A.
Letter A.
Letter A. Okay, let's check our answers. Excellent. Any questions, any doubts? This topic is clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's do the last part of this class. That is okay. About let me check 1 minute. That is about the verb would like to. What do you understand about would like to? How to use it? How can we use it in Spanish to express what?
Para expresar como deseo en el futuro, pero que un deseo que tenemos en el presente.
Yeah, something that we wish, but, okay, se me perdió el slide, no lo puedo colocar. Give me a moment, please. Yeah. This is for something that we wish or we would like, o nos gustaría hacer, ¿cierto? En Spanish lo podemos como traducir, me gustaría, ¿sí? Bueno, la voy a colocar aquí porque no sé por qué no me deja colocar la slide. Me disculpan, por favor. La voy a colocar un poquito más. ¿Ahí miran bien?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, would like to is for express something that we wish to do it, but also we can use it, for example, to express that we want something, but in a polite way. For example, if I go to a restaurant, the most common way to ask for example, water is using would like. For example, I would like a bottle of water. If you said, I want a bottle of water, want es querer también, ¿cierto? But in that case, the person can be rude. Eso suena un poco rudo. If you say, or you use want. I want a bottle of water. So, in that case, in order to be more polite, ¿cierto? Como más educado and more decent, you are going to use would like. So, how to use it? First of all, we can use would like plus a sorry, yeah. We can use it after a verb, for example, go on vacation, ¿cierto? But you must to put to in order to separate would like and the other verb. It is mandatory that when you use another verb with would like, you use the preposition to, as the following examples. I would like to go on vacation, or you wouldn't like to make him angry, or would you like to go swimming next week? On the other hand, if you use a pronoun, you don't use, you don't must use the preposition to. This is only for verbs. So, for example, I'd like a slice of cake, please. As an example, as I mentioned before, of the restaurant. Remember that this is a polite form to want something. She wouldn't like an expensive bag. Ella no quisiera, ¿cierto? Ella no quisiera un bolso tan costoso. If you say, she don't want an expensive bag, ella no quiere un bolso costoso, in English suena rudo, suena grosero. Es como que, ay, no, ella no quiere. Eso sería como algo muy cercano al español, ¿sí? So, remember, we can use it with a verb, or we can use it with some subjects, okay? How to use it? We can make some abbreviations in affirmative forms. For example, I can say, I would like, or I, like ¿cómo lo digo? I, como si fuera una F al final. I'd like to go, ¿ya? If you are going to use it in a negative form, after the verb would, you are going to add not or la abreviación or the abbreviation, okay? So you can say she wouldn't or she would not like. It depends on how you wanted to use it, okay? If you wanted to ask you to someone in a formal question, you can use would like. So you put first the verb would and then the rest of the sentence. Would you like an apple? Yes, I would. Or no, I wouldn't. Okay? So here I have like an example on how to use it would like to in order to let someone know about if we wanted to know if we want to be interested in something, okay, or in doing something. For example, I would like to answer that questions. If we wanted to be polite with a teacher in another class, so who wants to read? I would like to. A mí me gustaría. Yes, that is a polite answer or a polite sentence that let that person know that you want to do something, okay? If you say, yes, teacher, I want. Sí, yo quiero. In Spanish, it sounds really good, but in English, not, okay? So remember that in that case, if we wanted to mention something and sounds a little more educated or polite, we use would like to, okay? How to use it in a future sentence. For example, I would like to become a doctor when I finish my high school, for example. Me gustaría, ¿cierto? Ser doctor cuando termine de estudiar. Or I would like to go to Paris when I save enough money. Or I would like to have another pet when I have my own house, for example. In that case, we use the would like to express future situations, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
It is clear how to use it. Okay, let's do the last activity. That is an speaking activity, okay? Okay, what superpower would you like to have? What superpower would you like to have? No one's, nobody wants to have a superpower. Okay, let's do another one. Where would you like to travel to? For example, if you have the opportunity to go on vacation to one part, full paid, where would you like to go?
I I would like to travel to Japan with my sister.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, let's do another one. What would you like as a birthday gift? If you have the opportunity to choose one gift, what would you like as a gift?
Let me try, please. Instruction.
Yes, of
Julie,
course.
I would like to get lens camera in my as a birthday gift. It could be the.
Yes.
Thank you.
So sorry, I could do. So sorry, please.
No, I was not sure. My sentences
Oh,
was
okay,
correct.
it's just the order. It's just the order because remember that you first put the adjectives first and then the subject, right? Remember that the adjective is the characteristic of the object. So try it again.
So I would like to. I would like to get a lens camera in my birthday. No, I would like
Camera lens
I would like to get a camera lens and as a gift in my birthday.
as a big gift,
As,
and that's
oh,
it.
as a birthday gift. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that sounds better. Thank you, Ricardo. Okay, let's do two more. What movie would you like to see? What movie would you like to see?
I would like to see Flash movie. The Flash.
Flash movie. Okay, that's a nice one. Thank you. Okay, the last question for you. What animal would you like to be? Ahora que están de moda los Terian. What animal? Sorry? Okay, let's change the question. What Terian would you like to be?
Two car, me like. Very good. Anyhow.
Ay, Marlon. Okay. What about the others?
I wouldn't like to be an Italian.
Okay, you wouldn't like to be a Terian? Yeah.
I would like to be Leon.
Okay, you would like to be a lion? Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions? This topic is shorter, but I think that is clear, isn't it?
Dice, I'm sorry, I'm time class.
Sorry, Marlon.
Sorry, in the class. Excuse me.
At what hour the class ends?
Yes.
Okay, just in 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. I would like to know if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, so the class is over now. This topic is clear about the use of would like.
Sí, señora.
Yes,
Profe,
it
pero tengo
is.
una pregunta sobre
Yeah.
la actividad, la del video, solo que se me olvidó hacerla como en el momento, perdón.
Tranquila. Entonces, dame un segundo, Mariana. Voy a parar la grabación. Los que